To business now, and Asia-Pacific markets have remained mixed a day after the region saw all of its major indexes in negative territory. South Korea's Kospi was up 0.35%, while the Kosdaq made larger gains of 0.49%. Australia's ASX 200 was up 0.39%, whilst Japan's markets slipped lower, with the Nikkei 225 and Topix indexes shedding 0.23% and 0.3% respectively. Meanwhile, oil prices have eased after the truce between Israel and Hamas was extended by 2 days. Brent oil futures fell 0.62% before recovering, while the West Texas Intermediate crude futures reversed earlier losses to post a 0.4% gain. Tim Waterer is chief market analyst at KCM Trade. He has more on what we can expect to see from the next OPEC Plus producers meeting later this week.
Well, it's definitely been on a roller coaster in the last quarter. And yeah, I think that the goal of this OPEC Plus meeting will be to put some upward pressure on the price. I think the OPEC Plus members, they'd be much happier to see the WTI contract trading in that $80 to $85 range. Whether that can be achieved this meeting or not, that's the big question. We understand that there are some, complications in terms of Saudi Arabia trying to coerce some of the other members to deepen the existing output cuts. So I think that's what markets will be waiting to hear. Are we just going to see an extension of the cuts already in place, which amount to 5.16 million barrels per day? Or have Saudi Arabia been able to cajole some other members into deepening the extent of those cuts? In which case, I think we could see some upward pressure on the price in coming days. So let's wait and see. Real purple patch for the US market this month so far. Nasdaq up 11%. The focus is really on interest rates. That's what's affecting sentiment. Midway through this month, we saw US inflation figures take a turn lower, and that sent bond yields lower. And that was a green light for equity markets to advance on expectations that the interest rate peak may already be here. So investors are currently trying to work out when the Federal Reserve may start cutting rates in 2024. So that a shift in narrative from tightening to a potential loosening, that has lifted the spirits of equity markets. That's why we've been seeing gains. I think looking ahead this week, we've got some key US data coming up, Q3 GDP and the core PCE price index. So I think both of those macroeconomic indicators, that could affect sentiment in terms of where interest rates go in 2024.
Now to other top stories from around the world. Tesla has filed a lawsuit against the Swedish transport agency after postal workers blocked deliveries of license plates for the firm's cars. Swedish unions say the move is to pressure Tesla to sign a collective bargaining agreement with employees in its service division. Tesla claims the Swedish government has a constitutional obligation to supply registration plates to vehicle owners. Taiwan's Foxconn, the world's largest contract manufacturer of electronics and a major supplier to Apple, has announced plans to invest $1.5 billion in India. The investment, aimed at meeting the company's operational needs, was disclosed in Taiwanese security filings on Monday. The deal will allow Foxconn to double its workforce by next year and diversify its manufacturing beyond China. Amazon is expanding its palm scanning technology beyond grocery stores and into the business world. The firm hopes to introduce a version of the technology to allow corporate employees to swipe their hand to enter an office or access sensitive information. Companies that have already signed up for the technology include IHG Hotels and Resorts and manufacturer Boon Edam.